shift. I'm Jim, and joining me is the man with the specs, Bob. And Bob, the world just changed while we were sleeping. We are looking at footage from Wuha Boulevard in Shenzhen. Live traffic, real e-bikes, and a 7-foot metallic officer calling the shots.
That's right, Jim. We're not in a lab anymore. That's the EngineAI T800 Pro Edition. While the West was folding laundry, these guys were building a machine with 450 Newton-meters of torque. That's more power than a high-end luxury car, Jim, all packed into a single knee joint.
It looks fast, Bob. Too fast. The internet is melting down. People are calling this pure CGI.
Well, the CEO of EngineAI, Zhao Tongyang, decided to settle that rumor in the most painful way possible. Let's look at the tape from the training floor.
Watch this! Bob Zhao is literally putting his life on the line here. Look at the focus on that machine. No hesitation. And there it is. Boom! Zhao is airborne. He's flat on his back before the camera can even focus.
That's pure physics, Jim. That T800 PM01 hit him with 450 Newton-meters of torque. To put that in perspective, that is more rotational force than a professional MMA heavyweight can generate with a roundhouse kick. But look at the robot's feet. They didn't move an inch.
He's gasping for air, Bob! Zhao actually said on camera, and I quote, "Without this gear, my bones would have shattered." Is this the friendly robot future we were promised?
Opinion? No, it's the functional future. EngineAI is tired of the folding laundry demos. They want to prove that the aviation-grade magnesium-aluminum alloy isn't just for show. It absorbs the vibration of the impact so the onboard Thor chip can stay at 2000 TOPS. It's not just a kick, Jim. It's a statement of physical dominance.
Well, I'm glad I'm behind this desk and not on that mat. But wait, did it just salute him? Look at the replay, Bob. It knocked him into next week and then showed more respect than some human fighters I know.
That's the ecosystem programming. It's designed to recognize the end of a combat sequence and return to a stable, non-threatening state instantly. The recovery speed is what's really terrifying here. Most humans would still be off balance. This thing was ready for round 2 in milliseconds.
Well, Zhao might be ready for a hospital, but the T800 is ready for the main event. Let's step into the ring for the URKL League. Welcome to the future of Fight Night. We are live in Shenzhen for the launch of the URKL, the ultimate robot knockout legend. Bob, look at that belt, 10 kilograms of solid gold. That is $1.5 million motivation to build the perfect warrior.
It's the ultimate carrot on a stick, Jim. 16 teams from around the world, universities, startups, research labs, all given a T800 for free. But there's a catch. You can't modify the hardware. This isn't BattleBots with saws and hammers. This is a software war. It's algorithm versus algorithm in a best-of-3 round format.
And the legend himself, Buakabanchamek, actually stepped into the ring with one of these things. Bob, I've seen Buaka dismantle human opponents in seconds. How did the machine hold up?
Better than anyone expected, Jim. Watch the feat. Buaka lands a heavy Muay Thai low kick, a move that would snap a human femur, and the T800's active cooling system and high-torque actuators just absorb it. It's using real-time movement replication to shift its weight in milliseconds. It didn't just survive, it fought back.
The rules are brutal, folks. 10 seconds to stand up after a knockdown, or you're out. No battery swaps during the round. Is this just real steel for geeks, Bob, or is there something deeper?
Opinion? This is the most expensive stress test in history. If a robot can survive 5 minutes of robot kung fu, spinning kicks, aerial rotations, and heavy impact, it can survive anything on a factory floor or a search and rescue mission. EngineAI isn't just making a league. They are forging the most durable embodied AI on the planet.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm putting my money on the magnesium alloy. But wait! While the T800 is throwing hands, Unitree is taking over the living room. Let's look at the showstoppers from the Spring Festival. Bob, I've had a few too many at the pub before, but I've never looked as coordinated as these robots. Look at that! They're performing drunken boxing in front of 677 million people. That is some high-stakes code.
It's brilliant branding, Jim. What you're seeing isn't just a dance. To mimic a drunken stagger, the G1's reinforcement learning algorithms have to constantly fight for balance. It's a masterclass in force-position hybrid control. And get this, they did it fully autonomously. No wires, no remote pilots.
Okay, let's talk turkey, Bob. I see these things on stage, and I think billion-dollar research project. But then I look at the price tag. $16,000? That's not a robot, that's a used Honda Civic.
That is the Shenzhen disruption in a nutshell. While the West is building boutique prototypes, Unitree and Agibot are aiming for a 20,000-unit production run this year alone. They aren't just making a robot, Jim. They're making a commodity. At 16 grand, every medium-sized warehouse in the world is looking at these G1 units and doing the math.
In my opinion, Bob, this is the Model T moment. It's not about the most advanced bot. It's about the one that actually shows up at your door in a cardboard box. But is it a toy? I mean, look at those 3-meter somersaults.
Far from a toy, Jim. That backpack mode where it folds itself up, that's for easy deployment. You can fit 4 of these in a standard car trunk. We're looking at a future where robotics as a service costs less than a human's annual health insurance premium. Well, we'll have to wait and see if the global labor unions have anything to say about that one.
I think I hear the lawyers calling already, Bob. But before we wrap, we have to look at the dark side. The dual-use demo in Nanjing. Bob, we have to talk about what happened in Nanjing this January. This wasn't a dance gala. This was at the Army Engineering University. We're looking at a soldier wearing a motion capture rig, and that robot is mirroring him with 0 perceptible lag.
That's the real steel moment, Jim. It's a tele-operation system that allows a human's muscle memory to be mapped directly onto a machine. Think about it. Every staircase, every doorway, every vehicle on a battlefield was designed for the human shape. If you have a robot that moves exactly like a man, you don't have to redesign the world for your drones. You just replace the operator.
A Moroccan cadet who tested it said it has room for improvement. But Bob, in my opinion, once you put AI reconnaissance on a frame that can throw a punch, the improvement is going to happen fast. Is this the start of an arms race?
It's already a production race, Jim. Agibot just hit 5,000 units shipped. They aren't just selling to the military, they're at MWC in Barcelona and CES in Vegas. They're launching Robot as a Service, leasing these bots like you'd lease a photocopier. Whether it's patrolling a mall in Shenzhen or a minefield in Nanjing, the hardware is becoming universal.
Universal and affordable. $16,000 for a G1, $40,000 for a T800. It's a brave new world, folks. Bob, final thoughts? Are we looking at our new best friends or our new overlords?
I think we're looking at a new tool, Jim, like the PC in the 80s or the smartphone in the 2000s. It's not about if they're coming, they're already here. The only question is, who's going to be writing the software that runs them?
Well, I'm sticking to my carbon-based lifestyle for now. Folks, that is our deep dive into the 2026 robot revolution. If you want to see the tail of the tape specs for the T800, check the description below. Hit that subscribe button and let us know in the comments. Would you trust a G1 to fold your laundry? For MetaShift, I'm Jim.
And I'm Bob. Stay grounded, everyone.